right, how's everybody doing today? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. The Body Beat down here on this Tuesday, early afternoon, early noon. It is 11:17 in the p.m. I'm doing something different here, as you can tell. Quite the elaborate setup. Using a microphone. Got the webcam over yonder ways. And I'm hoping that we can have some sort of a discussion on some very important topics and things that I see scattered around on social media, mostly YouTube, because that's mostly where I'm at. And there's a lot of disinformation or misinformation out there about topics. And I'm going to mention those topics before I get spinning. That way we get it out there. Well, we're going to be talking about a couple different things today. We're going to be talking about a change that I'm making up on my routine, on my workout schedule. Something that I just thought of like yesterday or day before. And we'll talk about that. And we're going to be talking about the harmful, stupid, dumb, wrong information that's out there on working out, how you work out, when you work out, how old, and all these other things, all this other mess that's out there. We're going to try and touch on subjects just a little bit, and while we spin for our 30 minutes, and hopefully this microphone's going to pick me up fine, and everything's going to be all right. So maybe it will. I'd like for it to pick up my voice nice and strong. So I see I've got someone in the chat. Give me just a moment, please, if you would, to get things rolling, and I'll check the chat out here in just a moment. So we are going to be spinning, but the main thing we're doing here is conversation on some things, and let's get our spin going. There we go. Okay. In hopes that all this is going to work out properly. That's my main objective here, is properly executing this. So let me go in here and my YouTube and see if I can pull up this live stream. Runner Boy. Just finished my live. The mic quality is really good. Okay, good, fantastic. And I hope you had a good workout. Hope you had a stellar workout. So, this microphone, the stand that the microphone's on, and the little USB module thing was all gifted to me by Ken over at Last Chance Knives, or LCK Strength Training. Check out his channels. I did a 40 kilogram dip. Well, once again, I don't know kilograms, but I do know that that's about a lot. It's pretty good, I'd say. I'm just guessing. Pretty good bit. More than I can do, I'm sure. So, let me get just a couple of minutes under my belt here with just some spinning and trying to get my thoughts and opinions situated on the topics. Or I guess I could go ahead and speak on one topic while I'm sitting here spinning with my face in the microphone. And that is the change up that I'm doing on my workout schedule. I don't remember if I mentioned it yesterday in my video. I don't remember. I edited out a lot of information on my chest video yesterday. Matter of fact, pretty much everything we're going to be talking about today was all in that video, but it was a really long video, and I know people don't want to watch all that, but maybe people will kick back and watch this just because it's something different, I guess. Body weight dip. Yep. Well, runner boy, I believe that you're going to get whatever you want. You seem to reach all your goals, so there's no reason you can't do that. And you'll do a whole lot more, I'm sure. For sure. So, let's go ahead and discuss an easy portion of this video, and that is my workout schedule. So, if you remember last week, when I did my leg workout, which is on Wednesdays, I couldn't walk. I could hardly walk for like the next 4 days. I did a lot of sets, a lot of reps. Even though it was lightweight, still, I did 121 reps. 121, Mike? What do you mean? How do you do that? Well, I was doing sets of 10, but on my very last set, I did a set of 11. And I wanted to push out just one little extra rep. So, wanted to push myself that one little extra rep and make myself prouder. I failed. Really? You failed 265? Darn, I don't know. I thought you got that a long time ago. I'm bad about remembering, what people are doing, because one thing, I watch like 20 different channels, and number two, a lot of times you do use kilograms, and so that kind of throws me off. And I'm back and forth between all these different people, so it's kind of hard for me to keep up, but I try and do my best. So 265. Okay. Yes, it is your PR, but next week I'm going to hit it again. Okay, all right. Yeah, I thought I remembered you kind of getting up there once before, or at least a couple times. Anyway, but yeah. I mean, I never doubt whatever you say you're going to do, because you always seem to get what you want. And that's one thing that we're going to be talking about in this video. So, it's about the work. It's about the drive and the dedication. However, let me get going. Let me finish what I was saying about my workout. So, I do legs on Wednesday. And then on Friday, I do deadlifts. Well, I got to thinking, Mike, why not just switch those 2 days up, since you're so sore after doing legs sometimes that it can kind of hinder your progress, or your deadlift day, because let's face it, we're using legs on both of those days, and my deadlifts don't really hurt my legs too much unless I'm doing like a lot of reps, which I don't do really that anymore. So Wednesdays I'm going to be doing my deadlifts, and Fridays I'll be doing legs. So sometimes my brain takes a minute to think about things. And not only that, once I get into a schedule, I don't like to change things up too much. So I think that'll be a smart thing to do. Finally, a smart thing to do. And yesterday's workout Yesterday's workout was pretty good. I haven't felt that confident under the barbell in a while. And I didn't do any crazy weight, but I mean, you know, still 375 is 375. And it felt pretty good. So, and that's more of what we're going to be talking about. So the deadlifts fatigue you in your hips and your traps. I think I feel it mostly in my hams and my glutes. A lot of because I do more of a stiff leg type of deadlift. And you know from experience yourself, you're stretching out the whole back of the leg. And I do feel it some in my traps and my lats. It just kind of depends on the day, I think. So I know I don't make a lot of your live streams because kind of we're on different schedules maybe, but I do try to pop in if I can and at least say hi and what have you, and then I try to catch your shorts and different things that you put out. So sometimes live streams are difficult. I got another channel on my other channel where I follow more like movies and bicycles and toys and kind of different stuff like that. I follow some different creators on my other channel, and I love these guys. They're great. You know, they're fun. They're always doing funny skits, and they like movies, and they talk about movies, and you know, all kind of cool stuff. And but their problem is they do so many live streams. I just can't catch it all. And you know, if I'm gonna watch someone's videos, I like to try and watch all their videos, and I can't sit there and watch an hour, a 3-hour live, or you know, with all the channels that I'm trying to support. Just kind of makes it difficult to do, so I really don't get to watch really much of their content. And just like with you, like I mentioned, a lot of times I'll just pop in there for a few minutes and say hi, and you know, let them know how much I like their channel again and appreciate them and all that stuff. And I'm one of their very first subscribers, and they always give me a little shout out, you know, not necessarily shouting my channel out, but you know, they're always like, hey, you know, we got our longtime guy in here, Mikey, and you know, so I try to support people the best I can. Mine is grip, but I do after. Yes, the Americans don't make the morning last for me. They sleep. By the way, I only need a couple of... Yeah, we're definitely on a different time zone. And I'm always surprised whenever I see you pop in. Because sometimes you pop in kind of late. Boy, I sounded really country there. Popping in kind of late, you know. But yeah, so that's good. If you're going for being monetized, that's good, Runner Boy. I hope you make millions of dollars. What's up, Spencer? How you doing? Just doing a little spinny winny win. We got 18 minutes left, and we got some topics to talk about here. Dinner time for you? Well, go enjoy that dinner, Runner Boy. I'm sure you need it. With all your working out and your working and all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate you popping in if you got to go. And if you pop back in, I'll see you then. So Spencer, the topics for today are the change up in my routine and some bad information that we get on the internet. And my routine is changing this week. You know that I do my squats and my deadlifts. Squats on Wednesday, deadlifts on Friday, but since how my legs hurt whenever I do squats sometimes and they affect my deadlifts, I'm going to switch up those days. And it just took me, a long time to figure that out. But I'll be doing deadlifts on Wednesday and squats on Friday now. So, kind of looking forward to that. Oh, okay. I hope you clean up your room, runner boy. So, the topics for today, where's my paper? Like I mentioned earlier, Spencer, before you popped in here, I had all this in my chest workout video yesterday, but it was going to be a really long video, so I edited it all out and thought I'd do a separate little video. So I got 16 minutes and 20 seconds to say my piece. So I talked about changing up my routine. Boop. Let's be done with that. And I'm looking at the TV. I should be looking at my camera over here, but I'm not used to having my camera. I should have put my camera over there because I'm looking that way. Let me do that real quick because I like looking at my camera. Give me a second. Hopefully it won't stop my video. There we go. All right, because I'm looking at my monitor. So, there we go. Hey, everyone. So, something I'm wanting to talk about. I've kind of touched on the topic before. But you can scroll around on, and forgive me if I don't answer some comments right now, but I need to kind of get this going. When you scroll around on YouTube, and you can scroll around on any social media, and when you come across these different channels and different things, you see people talking about don't do this exercise anymore, it's dangerous, and don't do this anymore because that's wrong. Don't do that and don't do this. And that's the most horrible advice that someone can give. Because a lot of times these people are giving out information that they've not actually really tested, in my humble opinion. And not only that, they're one person. Have they done a test on 1 million people to figure these things out? What's good for one might not be for another, and vice versa. And I'll bring up one exercise, and that's behind the neck military presses. Behind the neck. People swear they're the worst thing in the world for you, and they're going to kill you. Your arms are going to break off, your neck's going to snap in half. And that's it couldn't be more further from the truth. And, they're always nitpicking every single thing that we do. You guys have been there. I've seen comments in your channels and stuff. I've seen comments on my own channel. But here's the thing. What we're doing is kind of not natural. It's natural to be active and to do things. But technically, going around and just lifting up all this weight is not really, in my humble opinion, just natural to do. But it's what we do. And there's going to be some risk involved. It's not just running around the playground and playing freeze tag and throwing the football and climbing on monkey bars and swinging and building tree houses and jumping our BMX bikes and all that kind of good stuff. We're moving weights, and it's not something really natural. So there's going to be some risks in that. And that's with anything. Bench press is a number one. bench press with a barbell is one of the worst things you can do, but it's also one of the best things you can do. And it's become, the staple, is that the word? The gold standard for how strong a person is when they chest press. You can do 200-pound dumbbells and everybody's impressed, but when someone lays underneath 1,000 pounds on a barbell and presses it, well, they're far more impressed. You don't have 500-pound dumbbells laying around. So, and then you're not going to get those into position anyway. So, people have to understand that there's certain things that we got to do in order to, stick to those tried and true movements that everybody talks about. Bench press, squat, deadlift, and shoulder press. So there is no right or wrong, really, as far as that. And these people claiming that you shouldn't do all these different things really have no reason to even be speaking. I don't know. It's like saying a guy shouldn't wear pink. No, a guy can wear whatever color he wants. It's none of your business. But pink is a girl's color. Well, who said that? Who made pink a girl's color and blue a boy's? That don't make any sense. I know it's kind of a weird comparison maybe, but you kind of get the idea. Like, who are these people? So, and then we gotta talk about a big thing here is you'll scroll through some of these channels and you'll see titles on the thumbnail and stuff. How to reach a 225-pound bench. How to reach a 300-pound bench. A 315, a 400. How to reach those. Can you reach those? Are they reachable for everyone? Can you do these things naturally, or do you have to take steroids? Now, keep in mind, I do not watch the videos. I'm very picky of what I watch. Very picky. So, I don't follow any of these big trend-setting channels or any of these content creators that are, out there. Runner Boy, you know that. I've told you kind of that before. Whenever you talk about certain people, I'm like, I have no idea who they are. I don't follow them. So I'm really picky about who I follow. I try to follow more real people that are out there doing real things and, not over glamorizing what they're doing. And I don't know. It's just kind of where I'm at with my social media. But I'll check my comments in a second. I'm sorry, guys. I got 9 minutes and 18 seconds left. So, my answer to that is, and I don't go in there and give them my answer because I don't click on it, because then I'll just get bombarded with being recommended all these type of channels. But my comment towards that is, you're going to get out of your body and your workout's what you put into it. If you're on steroids of some kind, some sort of performance-enhancing drugs, testosterone, whatever it is that you decide to take, you're only going to get so much out of that compound. You don't just take something and all of a sudden you're built like Jay Cutler, or even these guys in Classic or Board Short or whatever they're called, short board, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Men's fitness, wellness. Like, these guys are on a different level. Even the small guys are on a different level. So you don't just take drugs and all of a sudden you can bench 300 pounds or 500 pounds. You got to put in work. And especially when you're natural, you got to put in more work. So my answer to that is, can someone bench 225, 300, 315, 400? And you've heard me say it before if you've watched my videos long enough. and I'm just going to speak on males, not females, but males. If you are an able-bodied male with no real problems, we're not even going to talk about my shoulder or back or any of that crap. We're just going to talk about if you got 2 arms, 2 legs, a torso, a head, a brain, a pulse. If you're a real boy, and you put in enough time and dedication and passion and drive, hard work, if you do that and you have a goal of benching whatever it is you want to bench, or deadlifting or squatting, which most people don't talk about, it's usually just benching. You put in enough time and effort, you're going to bench 225 and 300 and 315. For sure, every male out there should be able to top out at least at 300 pounds. If you put in enough time and effort, your nutrition is decent enough, you're at least getting some food in you, some water, you're resting, you're working out, you're pushing towards a goal, you should be able to get a 300 pound bench. If all things are created equal, if you're looking at a normal functioning person, you should be able to do that. Now, and that's natural, 100% natural. Whoever come up with all this, you got to be on drugs to be able to do these things, is an idiot. And it's ruined the internet and everyone's perception of how they have to work out, and people's perception of how they look at people that work out. It's ruined a lot of generations at this point. Now, what did it take for me to bench a 300 bench? Not much. I did it pretty quick. And I've tried telling people before, we're not all equal. What might take this person 2 years to bench 300 pounds might have took me 6 months to bench 300 pounds. That's just kind of the way it goes. We're not all equal. And there's some guys out there that can bench from nothing to 300 within, a couple of months. They could probably lay down there and do it first time. Because there's just some big, strong, crazy dudes, like I've mentioned before, out here working on these farms, working in factory life, working on these boats and other different things. They're just some big, strong dudes. So some of these numbers are not really all that impressive to them. But we're pretty average people for the most part. So these are pretty big numbers for us. But these are all standard numbers. If you look at people working out, we're all right there in the same category. It's not like we have elite lifters out there in our group really doing 600 pound plus bench pressing. They're in a totally different group. Most people are going to get to the 300 to, we'll say 300 to the 350 stage. If they're dedicated, if they're devoted to lifting, that's where they're going to get. And then after that, it just takes a little special extra crazy to get a little farther than that. Now, we all have a cutoff point. We can't just keep building strength. It don't go on forever. We all cap off somewhere. And as far as my bench pressing goes, even if my shoulder wasn't hurt, I don't think I could have went up a lot further than 410. I wanted to try to get, I think, 425 or something like that before I started, not worrying anymore. And that's close enough to what I got. So I think we try to put off on drugs what really should just be hard work. So you're not going to outrun hard work. You can go back, and I'll just use me as an example. You can go back and look at my chest videos or my squat videos or my deadlift videos. You can go back and look at my progress and the struggle I had with some of them and the ease that I had with maybe others. It takes a while sometimes. My deadlifts were a pain in the butt until I started using powder. And then I got 2 PRs in one day. No lie. My squats were a pain in the butt because I didn't know how to squat. I didn't know how to squat for me. Now, my squats may not work for everyone. I do get the occasional, "Oh, you're bending over too far." Well, so'd your mom, but here we are. As long as my legs go parallel or below, I'm doing a squat. I don't care. I got to let my upper body do what it does. But see, I didn't used to be able to even do that. I would literally do half squats, and that's just how I did them. My chest, even though I've not progressed really a lot, I've always been pretty strong with my chest. Even back in 2010, I was benching, I got like a 280 max, 1 rep max, and way back in 2010. And that's when I was working out just inconsistent, off and on, barely caring, just work out this week and not next week, or work out a couple of days and skip 3 days or whatever. And that was back then. And people put, dang, I've got less than 2 minutes. Well, I guess we can keep talking. But people put too much emphasis on your age and whether you're natural or not or what have you. There is no age cutoff limit to greatness, to what you can do. There is no cutoff, and I know that because I've lived it. I got stronger in my 50s by putting in the work than I ever did in my earlier years working out. There's no contest. I mean, I'm not even close, except for my bench. I'm still, I'm not too far ahead on my bench, but I'm doing more reps. I can do more reps with certain weights. Way back many years ago, I've done 20 reps with 225. My best today, my best that I've done over the past, 4 years is 24 reps. So not a huge difference. 315, I've repped out for 10 a couple of times. Years ago, I might have got a couple, maybe. I don't remember, but not very many. So my reps have went up, which means that my overall strength is going to go up a little bit as well. Well, the 30 minutes is done, but we can finish this conversation. I'll just stay right here. Since I'm so comfortable on this bike. I haven't even had any water, guys. Let me check the comments. I apologize. Spencer, hello. It's time for dinner. Yeah, get you a bike, runner boy. Get you a real bike even. Great job on the bench, by the way. Happy shoulder felt okay. Thanks, Spencer. Yeah, I was pretty happy that shoulder kind of let me have a good day. Yeah, you told me not too long ago, runner boy, that you're doing the tree work. It's pretty crazy stuff. Hey, good luck, Spencer, on the live. I'll try to make sure I tune in. This evening I got to do biceps and heavy bag work. We can do any movement. Ask a gymnast or a wrestler. Slowly, low movements over time. Gravity and length. Is doing anything which is loaded at a pound at a time. Your body can do anything. Yeah, we can do some pretty amazing stuff, Spencer. Hello, Sheiky baby. How you doing today? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I see a lot of hearts and smileys, and I appreciate it. Talking and riding. Hello, Christopher. How you doing? Yep, just got done. A good 30 minutes on the bike. Now, usually I do this stuff first thing in the morning. But here lately, I found myself sometimes waiting until about the afternoon to do it, because I'll come home from my morning bus route, maybe go ahead and make my breakfast, and then maybe go lay down and then get up and do my bike. But it's kind of weird that I'm doing that here lately, because it's not something I would typically do. But I find myself getting comfortable doing that for whatever reason. So, got done squatting. Christopher Seat. Christopher Seat is the squat master. He squats days at a time. I wish he would put out some content. He don't have any content, but I totally believe him. He just comes across as someone I would believe. And I got drones spying on him anyway, so. Yes, I can see. Boom, boom, boom. So, anyway, yeah, there's just there is a lot of misinformation out there. Spencer, I don't know if you're still here, Spencer, but I kind of wanted to touch on the weight topic, and I do agree that weight can play some roles in lifting in that, but over the years I've thought about that with people saying, well, he should be able to do that. He weighs, 250 pounds, or he should be able to do that. He weighs 900 pounds, but I mean, we can go out on the streets and go find someone that weighs 350 pounds, and they're not going to lay down and bench 350 pounds, and they'd be lucky to bench the bar. And I've witnessed that. I've had a guy come over to my house one time, and he was just dead set sure that he was gonna, I can do 225. I don't see no reason why I can't do 25. Or it's more like, yeah, man, I can do 225, man. I don't see why I can't do it. I mean, I can do. It's kind of like that. So we put 225 on the bar, and he didn't budge. So, and you're definitely not going to get these 500-pound people or 1,000-pound life story, off TV people. They're not going to lay down and bench press 1,000 pounds or even 100 pounds or deadlift or squat. So, I mean, I kind of agree with, the weight matters thing, but then there's moments, there's other things I can think about where maybe the weight doesn't really matter as much. And, I mean, I've seen guys, we've all seen videos of, guys out there that weigh $150 and they're squatting what we squat and deadlifting what we deadlift and more with ease and, all that stuff. They're doing all these big numbers, and you're like, that's insane. And, so I kind of have two ways, I guess, of looking at the whole weight thing. Body weight is biggest help you start lifting, and when you're a seasoned pro, Spencer, I agree with that, just because. But not everyone 5'3", 120 pounds will be able to hit 300-pound go. I don't know. You ever see them little 5'3" guys, little short, stocky 5'3" guys that look like they can just lay under a car and kind of, I got it, I'll change that tire. Little guys got arms about that long. So that's another thing I look at is people's arm length when it comes to especially bench pressing. And I might have mentioned it on a few videos back. I don't remember. I lose track sometimes. But you see a lot of these big guys out there bench pressing 500, 800, 1,000 pounds or whatever. And, their chests are out here. Their bellies are out here, and their arms are moving about a foot, because they just got short arms that are about as big around as my head. And although it's impressive to see, I also have to say, well, number one, are they on something? Which I don't like to accuse people, because I've been accused of being on stuff, and I'm as natural as it gets. So I hate to accuse people of being on stuff. Even people that accuse Mike O'Hearn. I don't like to accuse nobody too much of nothing unless it's just blatantly obvious. I know Mike O'Hearn maybe. But, anyway, these big guys, they have these chests out to here, and they just look like this giant 50-gallon drum with two little arms. It's still impressive, but at the same time, they're literally moving with their little arms maybe a foot. Where I'm like, having to go here and here and here and here. And, it's hard to compare people like that because we're built so different. So probably me bench pressing 300 pounds for 10 reps is just as impressive as maybe them benching 800 pounds for 10 reps because of the difference in what we are built like. And not only that, I'm old. I guess I'm looked at as old. So it's kind of weird. You wake up one day and you're old. You're young and hip all the way up into your 30s. You're young and hip technically up into your 30s. I kept up with pop culture and all this stuff my whole life. And yeah, I'm going to always keep up with that, man, because it's who I am. It's my life, man. I keep up with music and TV and movies and, pop culture and all this stuff. And before you know it, it's like, you hate everyone. Get away from me. Everything about this sucks. So it's getting old is weird, guys. It really is. Yeah. 5'3", 400 pounds. 5'3" and 400 pounds, the ultimate build. I reckon, maybe. I guess if you want to be a boulder, some definitely can. Limbs play a role too, for sure. Yeah, because, like I said, well, you can go watch all these videos, and there's, like I said, I mean, they literally look like a 50-gallon drum with two little arms hanging off the ends, and there, I benched 1,000 pounds. Well, yeah, now move it 2 feet, I don't guess I'm moving 2 feet, but it's a good distance there. So, yeah, there's a lot of misinformation out there, and I'm no guru. I don't even call myself smart. I let people know I'm stupid. I don't care. It's the people that think that they're smart is the problem. And I don't know everything about all this, nor do I know everything about anything that I do. God, have you heard me play the drums? Sheesh. So it's just that I live it, and I've been living it, and I can kind of give some sort of real world, review knowledge kind of on what I'm going through, and especially as an older guy. The worst thing that you can do is let other people put limits on you and what you can do. Imagine if, and I've probably mentioned this before even, but imagine someone like Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, letting people put limits on them. And maybe where Mike Tyson, how he grew up, that's one of the roughest ways to grow up a person in this country can go through is how he grew up. Imagine if these guys let, just things, affect them and dictate, affect them, and they didn't follow their greatness. Where would they be? Well, they'd be nowhere. That's the thing. So you can't let age, you can't let your gender, you can't let other people affect you and give you wrong information. Because I look at myself and yeah, I could do better in life, I guess. There's other things I could do better at, and even with my physique, it's not like I'm built great. I look like this. I honestly look like this if I work out or not. That's what's funny. So, God, if I was going to take some steroids or testosterone or something, good grief, I would hope that it would change my body a little bit. But no, I'm just built how I'm built. Like I've mentioned before in the past, once I hit 30, I kind of went potato. Before then, I had a nice, decent, I'm not saying I was cut and ripped or anything. I'm just saying I had a nice, decent looking physique, Wasn't embarrassed to be without my shirt. And, but yeah, don't let anyone dictate to you what you should or shouldn't do as far as this goes, because we're all different, and nobody can speak for everyone. And you can say, well, Mike, you said every able-bodied male should be able to bench 300 pounds. Well, I did, didn't I? And that's because if you're an able-bodied male and you put in the time and dedication, all the work it takes, you should, because really 300 is just a basic. It's not an insane amount of weight. Now, once you get to 400, then you're starting to knock on the big boy's door a little bit. You're kind of walking down that hallway. And then 500 is like stupid astronomical, and above that is, even crazier. But I've mentioned it before as well that I believe every able-bodied male should be able to deadlift 400 pounds. And every able-bodied male should be able to squat 400 pounds. I mean, our legs are by far larger than our arms. So as long as you can do it and learn how to do it and follow your body properly, your mechanics, you should be able to squat 400 pounds. And if anybody can attest to that, that's me, because I never thought it possible. And it just took a lot of time and hard work and learning how to do things. And well, there I am, and I'm doing it. Got to follow my body's mechanics and how I do it, but as long as I go parallel or better, which I really can't go better, but as long as I go parallel, I'm good. So, got done squatting. Spying? What? 500 times 1 again. Christopher, we're going to have to see some video. We need some video, Christopher. I want to see it. Not because I don't believe you, but because I'd like to see you do your workout. Some definitely can. Paul Anderson's body was stocky. Now, see, I don't know who Paul Anderson is. Like I said, I don't keep up with really anyone, so see, I don't know a lot of these people when people mention them. And I apologize for that. But, yeah, those stocky builds, they're impressive to watch, but at the same time, that's not quite as impressive as watching, like if Runner Boy laid down there on his bench and bench pressed 350 pounds. That would be more impressive to watch than, a big stocky dude doing 500 pounds. Mr. Anderson, what are we talking, the Matrix here? Mr. Anderson. Yeah, Spencer, I wish he had some videos, Runner Boy. Because he squats all the time. According to what Christopher says, he squats all the time. And I'm going to trust Christopher. He seems like a decent guy just from the comments that he always leaves towards myself and John over at MacBean Scottish Fitness. You got to kind of, I guess, just take people at their word sometimes. Some people don't really do social media too much and videos, and upload stuff. So, it's one of those things you just got to kind of, get my squats to 352 this year. 352. Runner Boy, as good as you are at squats, yeah, I think you should be there probably a long time ago, because you have a good squat. I know I've seen a couple of your reps, where you're going heavy and you got that struggle in your legs, but you're still strong. And plus you go down real good. You got a good range of motion and yeah, there's no reason that you can't get it. I believe you'll get it. 2 times body weight. Well, if we're looking at body weight, I'm not squatting 2 times my body weight. If we say that I weigh 280, well, I'd have to squat quite a bit. Now, I'm not going to make it to 2 times my body weight. Matter of fact, if I keep going with my squats, my goal is to just try to get to 450 on my squats, and then I'll be done. I see no reason to put myself through any more torture as far as that goes. And anyway, well, guys, I guess I'm going to sign off here, and I appreciate everybody tuning in. Pretty good little live stream. God, I don't usually get that much business, and yeah, so I appreciate it. And I hope this was kind of a different, kind of an entertaining kind of way to do the whole spin and live stream thing. Maybe, maybe not. It's kind of different for me, and anytime I do a video when I'm spinning, it kind of makes things go by a little quicker, and usually I'm watching a program while I'm spinning, but, you know, of course, can't do that while I'm doing this. So, but I like doing this kind of stuff, and it gives me a chance to kind of connect. Sorry. Gives me a chance to kind of connect with people, you know, while I'm spinning. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here and, do nothing until my afternoon route. And then we got to do, again, I got to do biceps and the heavy bag today. Yeah, thanks, Spencer. Runner Boy and everybody. I appreciate everybody. And Sheiky and Christopher and whoever else popped in here. I really appreciate everybody. If you don't mind, I got to do my little sign off here. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff to the Body Beatdown. That's me, Michael, your incredible host here with some great people in the chat. And don't forget, guys, get up, get out, get rad, do it to it, and we'll see you next time on the Body Beatdown. See y'all later. And it's always the awkward part where I've got to get up and stop the live stream, so everyone look away.
Get up, get out, get rad, and do it to it!